So the two main villains we've had in Bleach thus far have been Aizen, Sosuke Aizen, and Juha Bach, also known as Yawach or Yawak, whatever. His name is very difficult. I don't know if it's Juha Bach or Yawach. And I kind of want to talk about which one I feel is the better villain that we've had within the series, and just overall talk a little bit about their accomplishments and the strives that they've had and the success that they've had towards their goals. Now, with Aizen, pretty much he said his goal was to get to the kingdom. He wanted to pretty much become God in a sense. He wanted to get to the Soul Palace and defeat the Soul King and pretty much take the throne, I'm guessing. It never really was too clear what he wanted to do once he got into the gates of the kingdom and pretty much, face the Soul King. Like, did he want to just conquer overall? Was it that just he wanted revenge? Was it that he felt that the Soul King was evil and he was trying to do anything he possibly could to stop him? We never really got a clear, consensus of what his ultimate goal was, aside from it just seemed as though he wanted to be God. He wanted to just rule overall. You gotta look at it like this. Aizen, for the most part, was the main villain for 400 plus chapters. From the very beginning, even before we knew Aizen existed, pretty much the way Kubo wrote it, Aizen was watching Ichigo from the moment that Rukia showed up when everything started. So the main villain of Bleach for 400 chapters was Aizen. Sure, we had little misconceptions, we had different things going on, but it was Aizen. And you gotta look at it, okay, how much did he really accomplish, or how much damage has he done? With Aizen, it was similar to he was pulling a lot of strings. He was really just doing a lot of things behind the scenes. He was predicting a lot of things. He fucked up lives, I will say that. The Visors, he ruined their lives. Well, Kubo still continues to do that because he just shits all over them, but he ruined the Visors' lives. He ruined them. He made Kisuke leave the Serete because, he was pretty much a fugitive. Same thing with Yoruichi because she followed Kisuke. All of the Espada, he tricked in one way or another and had them join his forces, or either he conquered them into submission and made them join. So, in a sense, yeah, he toyed with a lot of lives. Even Ichigo's with him telling him, I've known about you since before you were even born. So there was a lot of things that he did behind the scenes, and he messed up a lot of lives. But as far as deaths go, not many people died under his watch. A lot of people, they got hurt badly, but none of them really ever died. And a lot of people, I guess, emotionally got damaged, like Momo and stuff like that, because she really worshipped him and everything. But he mainly just tricked a lot of people, and in the end, he did get close to his goal, at the very least, to getting into the Soul Kingdom, because pretty much the only thing that stopped him was Ichigo and, final guess of potential, and then the Hogyoku backfiring on him. But he got pretty close to his goal, I would say, at the very least, of getting there. Would he have made it all the way through to the Soul King and, defeated him? That's really hard to say, because for all we know, the Zero Division could have killed him right then and there as soon as he opened up them gates and got in. So it's really hard to say as far as his ultimate goal, but I would say at the very least he got sort of far. He didn't really kill anyone. I believe Tozen died under his, watch, and I think, yeah, Gin died or whatever. But as far as, killing Kenpachi or killing any of these people, he didn't really kill anyone. That wasn't his goal, but nonetheless, a villain, I feel as though in order to add impact, definitely should add casualties to his ultimate quest. There should be casualties along the road, and it was for the most part his own subordinates that really bit the big one with this one, like Yami. A lot of these people that were following him died, but none of the actual good, the protagonist of any sort pretty much died. So with Aizen, he got sort of close to his goal. He didn't really have as much of an impact as far as killing people, but he did toy and mess with a lot of lives. So he fucked up lives, didn't really take lives, and ultimately he got sort of close to his goal. Let's be real here. Plot protection stops him from getting to his goal. I mean, at the end of the day, it's kind of well, is Aizen going to defeat Ichigo and rule the world or something like that? Although it would have been interesting to see him get past Ichigo. Maybe not kill him, but at the very least invade the Zero Division and see him lose of some sort. Now, with that being said, going on to Juha Bach. Juha Bach has been in the series roughly since chapter 479, 480, where the 1,000-Year Blood War starts. So he's been around for roughly 90-something chapters as of the recording of this video. So he's been around about a fourth of the amount of time that Aizen was the villain. He's been the villain. And the thing is, with Juha Bach, he's done a lot. In his conquest of pretty much wiping out all of the Shinigami and taking over the Serete and just making Quincy's the absolute law, he's done quite a bit. Captain Yamamoto bit the big one. Sasakibe, done. Kita, gone. Which Kita's not a big threat, but I'm just saying, there's been a lot of casualties. Byakuya nearly died. Pretty much everyone got embarrassed, got their Bankai stolen. He destroyed half the Serete. The Serete now is just this icy thing that he transformed, dimensions and shit. He fucked up the Serete. In his quest to his goal, he has already done quite a bit. I mean, at the end of the day, Captain Yamamoto, the captain commander, done. Killed because of him. He killed the leader. And that is a big impact right now, based off saying that, because that's pretty much what Juha has done thus far. He's killed a lot of people. He invaded the Serete once and twice. Like, he did it the first time, left, came back, did it the second time, and fucked everything up. Now they're fighting back, and, you know, the Shinigami are actually standing up, and they got a lot stronger by going to the Zero Division and whatnot. So it's definitely not the same type of footing as the first invasion, but nonetheless, he did a lot. And comparing the two between Aizen and him, while Aizen's goal wasn't like, I just want to wipe all Shinigami out of existence, as far as an impact goes, I think Juha has had more of an impact on the series, because Captain Commander Yamamoto, done. Sasakibe, done. Kita, done. A lot of people got exposed for the first time. Byakuya, near death. He was pretty much like dead on the ground. His Zanpakuto, you know, disintegrated. A lot of people were destroyed. It was to the point where I was cringing looking at Renji scream Bankai when they just told him don't do Bankai, but he did it out of desperation because it's like, what the fuck else can I do? Bach, in 1/4 of the time, has had more of a impact, I would say. Between the two of them, I like Aizen more. I love the way he just constantly is strategic. He's planning everything out steps at a time. And while that can be considered, you know, very unrealistic, like he knows, well, this character is going to react to this way and that'll lead him to do this, nonetheless, it's still fucking epic as hell. And I just love that about Aizen. Between the two of them, I like Aizen more. I think overall Juha has had more of an impact and just has gotten even closer to his goal in 1/4 of the time. Now that obviously can be said due to pacing wise or whatever, or just, you know, it's a difference in storytelling. Now Kubo is getting ready to finish up the story, but nonetheless I feel as though Juha Bach, I guess, with his accomplishments overshadows Aizen's accomplishments, because Aizen has just basically toyed with lives and fucked up lives. He's taken lives. Juha Bach, like, you know, for him to have killed the Captain Commander Yamamoto, I feel as though that's a huge accomplishment for any villain. That's like, you know, when Orochimaru took out Sarutobi, the third Hokage. That's a huge accomplishment. He took out the village leader, and that just adds overall to the authenticity and the threat of this villain. Aizen, he got far, but he didn't really kill anyone. If you look at his track record, only his people really died. So overall, while Aizen did get far, and he was just overall badass, and I love the guy, like, I like him a lot more than I like Juha, because Juha is very simple. I want my revenge. I don't give a fuck who I have to fuck up. I don't care who I gotta kill. I killed Captain Commander Yamamoto. I like Aizen more, but Juha is the better villain, because in 1/4 of the time, he's accomplished a lot more, has had a stronger, in my opinion, impact than Aizen, because Aizen, he's cool. He's done a lot of crazy shit. He's strategic. And in my mind, I feel as though he is more of an interesting villain than Bach. But Bach has just done a lot more. Bach has made me feel as though, like, yo, at one point during the first invasion, I was like, can they actually fucking pull this off? Can they win? I felt like that. With Aizen, it was just kind of like, yeah, he's getting stronger, but then Ichigo got stronger. And it was just kind of like, both paths rising up. And to be honest with you, it's hard to even class Aizen as a villain, because while we heard some of his motives, who knows if he was doing all this for the good of everything. I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of the lives that he fucked up, yeah, it was wrong or whatever. The Visors, he just ruined their lives, you know, he ruined their lives. But a lot of people he messed up were pretty much just a rancor. But ultimately, you could possibly theorize that Aizen was trying to defeat the Soul King because maybe he knows something bad about the Soul King. Maybe he feared the Soul King. Maybe he knows that the Soul King overall is just a bad entity and he was trying to go for him. And that's possibly why also along the way he didn't kill that many people. Maybe he didn't want to kill because that wasn't his mission. His mission was overall to take out the Soul King, and possibly even that makes him not necessarily a bad guy, but a good guy. Bach, clear evil. He doesn't care. He was pretty much like some evil prophecy baby that was like, you know, you touch him and yeah, you get something good out of it, but then you die afterward. Bach is a clear-cut villain. From what I've seen thus far, unless something crazy happens that says otherwise, he has just done nothing but dastardly deeds, and I feel as though between the two, Bach, better villain, Aizen, more interesting, and I like him more. That's my stance on the whole thing. But what do you guys think? Who is the better villain in Bleach? Is it Sosuke Aizen, the methodical, planning mastermind? Or is it Bach, the cold and ruthless invader that took out the Captain Commander, killed loads of Shinigamis? What was it, like 7 deaths in an hour, or some 7 deaths in 1,000 deaths in 7 minutes? I don't even know what it was in the first invasion. Who do you think is the better villain? Let me know in the comment section below. And I'm not only saying who's your favorite villain. I'm not only saying that, you know, who planned better or who just overall, who did the most? Who had the most impact on the series as a whole in the, you know, in the short amount of time for that matter? Because Bach, 1/4 of the time. 1/4 of the time. Less than that, because it was 400 and it's been like 90-some chapters. And Bach has done quite a bit more. But this is a very interesting one. I just overall want to know what you guys think about this one. And that's all I have for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up for Aizen and Bach, because both of them have done some very big things in their own way. Aizen fucking ruined so many lives. Bach took so many lives. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.